My name is Henry Riley. I'm from Baxter Springs, Kansas. I'm a sophomore here at NSU.
My name is Jalem Newcomb. I'm from Jay, Oklahoma, and I am a sophomore at Northeastern State University.
Hi, my name is Landon James. I'm a sophomore here at NSU. My hometown is Gans, Oklahoma.
I'm majoring in health and human performance with a minor in health psychology.
My major currently is undeclared, but I think I'm leaning towards HHP, which is Health and Human Performances.
My major is Health and Human Performance, and I plan on applying for graduate school in occupational therapy.
Early in high school, I had this foot pain that would occur just kind of randomly as to when I would plant wrong or jump off a certain way, and it was just something that was just odd. Tried to find some help, see what it was, didn't really find anything. Fast forward to I get to college. I want to take my sports here seriously, so I needed to find out what this was, and finally got an MRI. Turned out to be a tumor in my right heel.
My grandma was diagnosed with breast cancer whenever I was in high school, so that's whenever it first started. There was just a lot of tragedy all in 1 year, because at the same time, the same time my grandma was diagnosed with cancer, she had her first chemo treatment. And her first chemo treatment, that same day, our house got wiped out by a tornado. So it was conflicting, because I had to basically take my brothers to school and help them around, as well as my grandma, because it got to a point where she was immobilized.
So I started my life on campus here at NSU in the spring of 2020, and then in the fall I had to cut it short due to health reasons, where I started losing weight uncontrollably, losing blood, and I didn't have a diagnosis. So after all this happening, I started going to the hospital, going to doctors, trying to get a diagnosis to see what was wrong. No one could tell me anything. I went to 7 different doctors before I ever got an idea of what it was, and it was totally wrong. So the precautions we took for that actually made this worse. I finally got a diagnosis of ulcerative colitis during a colonoscopy as a last attempt to figure out what was going on. During the colonoscopy, they thought I originally had went septic, and then afterwards they come to find out it was so bad on the inside, it was ulcerative colitis, but it had gone 3 months untreated, that it looked like a burn victim on the inside, so they couldn't really tell.
When I spend a whole summer in a hospital, you have a lot of time to think to yourself. And over the course of that summer, all I could think about was that how you tend to take for granted some of the things that you have, and you don't realize it until it's gone. And so I really have grown in a sense of being able to enjoy the moment, because that moment will then be gone. And then a big thing is that you can't replace time, but you can replace materialistic stuff. So the time that you spend with the people you're around, the time you spend with what you're doing, it needs to be something that you enjoy and has some sort of meaning to you, so that later you don't want to regret anything, and you don't want to have any negative outlook on what could have been.
For what it means to my siblings, for me pursuing college, I think it shows them where they need to go, and who they need to be, who they can be. They were in the same state I was whenever it came to the tragedies that's happened in the past. I think my siblings seeing me in college will show them that regardless what happens or what comes, they could still reach that end goal,
So after all of this and health situations, I don't take the good days of good health, no problems at all. Those days I definitely don't take for granted anymore.
After I graduate, what I plan to do with my health and human performance degree is to go into athletic training.
Pertaining to HHP, I like physical therapy and occupational therapy, but I haven't really chose any of it, but there's a lot of more opportunities when it comes to that major.
In the future, I would like to have completed my degree and graduated from OT school and moved back to Gans and opened a facility there for OT to help the people in the community.
Thank you to the NSU Foundation for giving me this scholarship. I mean, it helped in a lot of ways to allow me to continue to do the stuff I enjoy here.
Receiving the Emerald in the Rough scholarship in 2022 helped me a lot, and it took a lot of financial weight off my shoulders.
Thanks to the NSU Foundation in awarding me the Emerald in the Rough scholarship, it really helped in such a time of need. From paying for medical bills, it made tuition be kind of on the back burner for wondering where the funds will come from. That really helped in that time of need.
I hope that in the future there are others who get a similar gratification that I did in being able to continue their journey through NSU.